Hey everyone, this is the Atari 8-Bit Game Hunter. This is my Tuesday video of the gaming moment back in time, where each week I feature a game from the 1980s or 70s related to the Atari 8-Bit computer. This week I'm going to mix it up a little bit and pick something not exactly game related, but it fits with the cartridges of the same era. My quick disclaimer to you guys is I'm still getting over my coughing spell I've had since Wednesday, so if I start coughing, like I said in the beginning of the video, I apologize in advance. So, let's get right into the video. Let me get through it. Hopefully I don't cough all that much, and I can get out of here before anything really bad happens with the coughing. This week's game of the week is a cartridge that's a utility cart, BASIC. One of the most common of games cartridges for the Atari 8-bit computer line. So common, in fact, that in the mid to late 80s, Atari started programming them right into the systems. They figured they got as much money as they were going to ever shake out of the cartridge tree for the Atari BASIC program. Let's install it in the XL and XE systems and go from there. Not a ploy that Atari hasn't used before, which I'll get into at the very end. Now you may be saying to yourself, okay, well, he does video games every week. Why is he doing BASIC? BASIC is not a video game. You would be right. And at the same time, you need a little more imagination. Atari BASIC opens the door to programming. Video games. Software for applications. Cool design art that you wanted to show up to your girlfriend or maybe boyfriend, whatever. Something fun just to mess around with. That's what I like about the Atari BASIC. You can program simple graphics or a complex video game using a keyboard, and it was one of the selling points Atari used in the 80s. Excuse me. With that said, I really feel this is a great cartridge to have if you have a 400 or 800 and you want to go get an old Compute magazine, Analog magazine, Antics magazine, or any other computing magazine of the 1980s. Because with those programs in the book, you use Atari BASIC, the cartridge, or on the newer systems, the Atari BASIC built into them. Opens your window to a whole wide range of games, of applications that may never made it out on cartridge, and may never made it out on disc, or cassette for that matter. People who don't think outside of the box are going to miss out on a lot of really good games, some real simple games, but some addictive games along the way. And new people going into this computer collecting bin or a gaming bin may miss out on a lot of good games if you don't keep your mind open and take your 50 cents or $1 Atari BASIC cartridge and put it to actual good use, besides using it for things like a water coaster, for example. Yeah, I've seen people use it for a water coaster. You get enough of these things, you can build little castles and a whole bunch of little things out of them. But there's different versions of this system, of this cartridge. 3 in fact. Version A, B, and C. This one right here, version A. Version B came out with the XL systems, which is the point of it was to solve the issues with the bugs and glitches of version A. In a typical Atari fashion, they screwed it all up in the process. Version C came out in 1985, which is going back to correct version A from 79 and version B of 81. They did a little bit better with it. And would be a program you would find out on the XE systems. Now I mentioned in the beginning, this is not the first ploy Atari took a game and or a cartridge program it excuse me, and put it out on a system built in after they shook the money tree with as many cartridges as they were going to sell. The XCGS came out with BASIC, like, you know, XL, 600 XL, 800 XL, 1200 XL, and the XE line. but the XCGS system came out with Missile Command built in too. Disconnect the keyboard, start up the system, boom, there you go, there's Missile Command. Nifty little thing Atari did to move a couple more systems to get people interested in playing the games as much as the programming. Now to figure out what cartridge you have, A, B, or C, you plug the cartridge in, hit the start key, start it up, let us boot up, and if I remember correctly, it's print, peak, 43234, you'll get a number. I don't have the list off the top of my head, but you take your number, you go 1, 2, and 3 on the website, you look it up on Google or Yahoo, whatever you want to look it up under, and you'll be able to say, okay, well this number goes to this one, I have version whatever. As far as I know, version A and C are the only ones to come out on cartridge. I know in the early 90s, Best Electronic and third-party companies were trying to copy the B version onto cartridge. I don't know if it happened or not. Just the stuff I read over the years. But yeah, that's about it for this week. Just wanted to mix it up a little bit and do something that wasn't exactly game related, but at the same time was game related. So, that'll be it for this week's installment of the Gaming Moment Back in Time. Follow me on rfgeneration.com under A8 Scooter. I'll be back Thursday with my pickup video, what I found in the past week at the flea market. Not that much with the flea market or garage sales this week due to me being under the weather. To be honest with you, I lasted about 10 minutes at the flea market before I just threw up my hand and said to hell with it. Which, by the way, I did pay for Saturday night when I went to work. The closest I've ever felt to death in my life. And I learned a valuable lesson from that whole mess. If you're really feeling under the weather, don't push yourself to go to an 85-degree flea market. Most of you probably knew that already, but me, thick head, blockhead, takes a little bit to get through my thick head and skull of mine. Trust me, it did this time around. Alright, I'll see you guys Thursday. We'll do my pickup video. It should be a short one. I know last week I promised a very interesting find that I was going to tell you about, and I forgot to do it. I picked up another version of the game, or label variation of the game from Atari Brian. I'll install that into the video. I'll do a separate video for that sometime this week. If you watch Atari, my other videos, you'll see what I was talking about with Atari Brian. Yeah, so that'll give you at least a hint into where I'm going with this. If you're on the message forums, you may already know what the answer is. If not, stay tuned. You'll enjoy a little bit of retro gaming history. Till then, be safe out there. Continue to follow along watching the videos. At the bottom of the screen, hit your like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Video game and personal for that matter. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good rest of the week. Be safe out there and don't be shy. Comment, leave suggestions and what memories you have and what finds you're finding. Have a good night.